Which cheap and mass-produced item is stupendously well engineered? The humble corrugated cardboard box. It's lightweight, strong, splash-resistant, somewhat padded, doesn't break down in heat cold, scratch-resistant, recyclable, biodegradable and able to be assembled cheaply into any size. The basic design has existed for over 150 years. The retail shipping industry runs on cardboard boxes. The zipper. It's a very cheap mechanism that secures objects in a very neat fashion. No wonder it's used in most objects that need to be opened and closed, such as luggage and jackets. Not exactly cheap, but I'm impressed that I can have a ceiling fan run on high for 15 years straight and not have it explode on me. I seriously startled myself when I realized the only time my ceiling fan had been off since I moved in was when the power went out. You should turn it off to clean it once in a while. It gets sticky dust on it. And to switch direction for summer-winter. Edit. Winter mode is also useful in the summer if you have a second floor and open all of the upstairs windows, as it will help push the heat out. I do this for the evenings, then shut the windows early in the morning and flip the fan back to normal. What? One direction to move air upwards for winter and the other direction to move air downwards for summer. Toilets. They use nothing more than gravity to reliably flush. Doesn't use power at all. And if you've ever used a poorly engineered toilet, you really learn to appreciate the well-engineered ones. Edit. Never would have expected my most upvoted comment on Reddit to be about toilets. Worst kind of shitters are the ones that get skid marks 100% of the time, no matter how or where you lower the turd. So much this. They just renovated my office building and now I can't poop at work without leaving a mark. I'm like, WTF, I never leave a mark at home no matter how bad it gets, and let me tell you, there have been some doozies. Yeah, they bought cheap toilets where I work as well. You can't poop without leaving a mark, and if you lean forward, say to grab the TP, your gentleman's sausage makes contact with the bowl. The lighter. Spontaneously ignite fire basically whenever you want. Specifically, Bic lighters are incredibly reliable. You can find one on the ground that's been outside for months and they still work. Cheaper disposables break in a million ways, and more expensive refillable lighters will leave you disappointed if you store them, but you can always keep a Bic handy and know it'll work when you need it. The transistor. I remember how amazed we were in 1985 to see a chip with 68,000 transistors. Now they're at 68 billion. My favorite part was in school my professor talking about how they used to do the layouts on transparencies by hand. Or how during Apollo the guidance aspect of the program was buying up a significant portion of the national production capacity of transistors. A lot of the computers were not even transistor-based if I remember correctly. And since the integrated circuit wasn't around yet, they were the individual fingertip-sized transistors if I have my timeline correct. Check out the scale of the memory modules they used. It's unreal. They used human-scale metal rings as bits. They were hand-woven memory by very skilled seamstresses. This is not a joke. Old ladies and watchmakers. n.m.wikipedia.org Rito.com. We had no business being in space when we got there. Imagine being an alien looking at us like, so you're telling me you controlled an enormous explosion with logic sewn into rope by seamstresses? Yes, hey Dale, get over here. You're not going to believe this. The time gap between the first flight and humans landing on the moon is closing in on the gap between the last moon landing and today. The fact that it was only 70 years between the first powered airplane flight and landing on the moon still amazes me. It's no surprise that many people back in the 60s, 70s thought that we would have colonies on Mars by the 2000s, given the pace of innovation of the space race. LEDs. Cheap diodes. Even colors. Okay, I dislike the blue ones, but tint them and you get warm white. Blue LEDs are a Nobel Prize-winning invention for how revolutionary they have been in lighting. Gallium nitride is making waves again for being super efficient. You'll see plenty of tiny USB chargers that produce almost no heat. It is also resistant to high heat areas like engine bays. Toilets. I've been a plumber 20 years and very little has changed, or needed to. Minimal upkeep, cheap and easy repair, Very long life. Hey, so what is the difference between my house toilet that just flushes like regular and a commercial toilet in like a doctor's building where if you flush it it will also suck the clothing right off you? Is there a pressure regulator behind the toilet or something? Ooh, this is a fun one. In your home toilet you have a tank filled with water, and when you flush it allows the water to dump into the bowl and flood it, causing it to siphon out. Commercial toilets have either a manual or powered valve that allows full water pressure to blast into the bowl for a set time. It all but ensures it'll flush since anything in the bowl is blended, but it's a more expensive design. I love interacting with people like you. Just genuinely interested in the world around them. I hope you have the best day. Thanks, you too. Smile. Ball bearings. Even the cheapest ball bearings with the loosest tolerances are still made in the 1050 micron range of tolerance. It only gets better from there. A Beck spec anyways. Edit. When I say ball bearings I'm loosely referring to the races and rolling elements of any roller element bearing. Ball, taper, needle, cylinder, etc., 2 races, 1 race no race, etc. The ballpoint pen, clearly. Give credit to the inventor, Laszlo Biro. He escaped the Nazis, invented the pen, then got ripped off and never made money. So that's the reason why it is called Biro in English. Till. I don't think anyone in America refers to ballpoint pens as Biros. The aluminium beverage can. Serious upgrade when they engineered the pop top to remain with the can. I remember with the zip top cans, a lot of people would put the sharp metal zip piece back into the full can. Some people accidentally swallowed those and needed to be rushed to the Yes, of course, and then the famous Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville line of I blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top. You never wanted to step on one. Batteries are marvels of engineering packed tightly into a minuscule canister. Even AA batteries are incredibly sophisticated internally. Glass bottles. Hashtag X200B, let's melt this rock into a clear, brittle material and turn it into what? Windows? Decorations? Screens? No, we're making pressure vessels, baby. Zip ties, such a simple piece of plastic but so versatile. I have one of the old-fashioned chain link fences. Some of the fasteners on the middle poles broke and in high winds the fence was swaying like crazy. A half dozen zip ties on the 3 posts and it doesn't budge and nobody even knows they're there. My son rebuilt the front of his car with them time and again. Hess a genius with a zip tie. With not hitting the car in front of him, not so much. Zip tie bumper stitches are pretty common with drift kids. I drove a zip tie bumper Lexus SC after a delivery truck crushed it and ducked off. The car was a 99, this was in 2010. I guess now I understand why guys in modified Civics kept wanting to race. Metal pencil sharpeners, the manual kind, not electric. Don't buy the plastic ones in the school supply section. Go to the art section. Those metal sharpeners are choice. I have a Blackwing 2-stage sharpener. I could do surgery with a pencil sharpened with it. Please don't. The intermodal shipping container, aka the Connex box. There are millions of the damn things all over the world, in use every single day. They are stackable, can be locked together, attach readily to ships, truck trailer frames, and rail cars, and can bear enormous loads. The cost of their manufacture compared to their economic use value over their useful lives is next to nothing. Screws. Can you imagine what would happen if all the screws suddenly disappeared from world? Everything would fall apart. We would be screwed. Tool puns, everyone, you know the drill. You know the drill. I mean, I know a bit. Road reflectors, countless lives saved. Similarly, rumble strips. On the shoulders and in the center. I'm sure they've saved my dad's life many times over. Without them, blind people wouldn't be able to drive. Quartz movement clocks, you can literally pick one up for $2.50 here. www.ikea.com Bentrama wall clock white 8045429. The technology and gearing that goes into its functions is well worth the costs. Bic pens and lighters. And the most stolen items. I once met a guy at a house party who showed me his Bic lighter collection. He didn't smoke, but at this party house would always get handed one and he would always pocket it. His collection was huge, and I think he was single-handedly responsible for a large percentage of Bic lighter disappearances in the UK between 2004 to 2010. He must have known my friend. Used to lose lighters faster than he could buy them. I bought him 100 lighters for his birthday. Inside of 5 months, he lost them all. Found the pothead. All the lighters are just in his other hand.